I love me a mini meatloaf.
Hi friends, and welcome back to Forever Fitmas. I am here to share with you a new recipe. This is highly requested from y'all. I asked over on Instagram what you wanted to see this week. Now, if you remember last week, or if you didn't see it, go back and watch that video. I shared with you an ooey gooey chocolate protein pancake. Literally tastes like dessert. It's so good, healthy for you, high in protein. So last week helped you cure that sweet tooth. This week, you all wanted something quick and easy, just a meal that you can throw together because we are all so busy this month. So today we're gonna do a sheet pan meal where it's just pop it all on there, throw it in the oven, and you're good to go. We are gonna do little mini meatloafs, and before we go any further, let me know down in the comments, pause it for a second if you need to, go down there, let me know how you feel about meatloaf. I feel like it's a little bit polarizing. People either love it or think they hate it, but I don't believe you. Try this meatloaf, you're gonna love it. So let a ho know down in the comments. For the mini meatloafs, this is all really easy prep. That's what we all need. It's gonna be prepped in less than 10 minutes, cooks in the oven in 25, and you're all set. So to start for the mini meatloafs, we're making 2 servings here. You could definitely double the recipe if you want more leftovers, but I'm gonna do this so that I can have a little dinner tonight and then also a serving for tomorrow. I can throw in a Tupperware for when I'm busy, I'm working, I'm on the go. I can just grab it. So for this, I'm gonna do 8 ounces of beef. This is 95.5 beef. Couple of reasons I'm personally using beef. You could definitely use turkey meat if you prefer that. I'm in my luteal phase. The Grounds app let me know. About to start my period any day now. For me personally, I know when I'm in that phase, I need a little more iron in my diet. So I usually try to incorporate red meat at least once during that week. And red meat is not bad for you, all right? Getting a little red meat in here or there provides a lot of necessary B vitamins. If you're vegetarian or vegan, you need the B vitamins for tons of different processes within our body, including metabolism and how we go about utilizing our stored food or energy within our body. So I've got the 8 ounces here. I'm gonna add to it some breadcrumbs, just not much at all. You can use any kind you like. These are not seasoned. These are just whole wheat panko breadcrumbs. Just using 2 tablespoons of that. I really like these. You could get the seasoned and then just not add in any seasoning. So that's another thing you could do. I think they have like the Italian seasoning ones. I feel like I gotta roll my sleeves up here with making meatloaf. We're gonna get our hands in there, get them a little bit messy. We're gonna use 1 whole egg. I've got an extra large egg here. Now for seasoning, I'm gonna keep it pretty basic here. I am gonna use my favorite combo that I already have on hand, the tomato basil garlic Mrs. Dash. I like this because I feel that many recipes call for basil and garlic, and so this just kind of hits all those things for me. Then I'm gonna do some garlic sea salt. So not a ton, but just enough to give it that Italian flavor, or so I like to think it gives it. So a couple cranks of that, and lastly, I'm gonna add in, to give it that extra meatloaf flavor, my preferred combo. We're gonna add in Sweet Baby Ray's no sugar added sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. And then I'm also gonna use a little no sugar added ketchup. I do still use a lot of no sugar added condiments. You definitely don't have to. It's just what I use. So use whatever kind you like. I'm gonna do like a tablespoon and a half of this because I am gonna add some more barbecue sauce and ketchup to the top of the meatloafs when I'm done. This baby squirts out real fast, so I gotta be careful. I'm gonna stand back a bit. Oh, see, what'd I tell you? That sounds luscious. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. I don't know if I mentioned it yet or not, but I've got the oven preheating at 400 degrees. Then I have a baking sheet right here lined with just some aluminum foil that our mini meatloafs and the rest of our dinner are gonna go on. Now we're gonna take our baking sheet, and I am just gonna take the mixture, I'm not measuring it or anything, I'm just gonna eyeball it in half. And we're just gonna form it into 2 little oval meatloafs. I don't know why this tickles me. I have always loved a meatloaf. To me, it's just such a great comfort food. It's so satisfying, and there's really not a lot of ingredients added to it that just give you a little something different for your protein. And I'm all about pretty much using staple proteins in my life, but finding easy ways to switch it up so that I'm not getting bored with the food that I eat. Because part of eating and being able to stay on track with your goals is finding meals that you really like, that satisfy you, and a level of that comes from things tasting good. It's getting that pleasure from it. Our little meatloafs are on there. They're pretty much the same size. You wanna make sure they're formed to the same size about, that way they cook evenly. Next, we're gonna add our side options that are gonna bake on the pan with it. Now for our sides, I need to ask you, do you know what this is? A lot of people don't know about the rutabaga. It is delicious, looks a little scary, looks a little intimidating. It's got this thick, waxy substance on the outside. Kind of looks like it's gone through it, you know? But this is an amazing root vegetable to incorporate into your diet. I am a potato girl through and through, but the rutabaga is such a great alternative. It has a little similar texture, maybe not as soft as a potato, but nutritionally speaking, it has loads of vitamins and minerals. This guy is actually, I would say 3 to 4 times higher in fiber and about half the amount of carbohydrates as a potato. So if that's something you need to cut down on, or you're just looking to add volume into your diet, this is gonna be a great go-to for you. Now, I had already boiled some up earlier because my dogs eat this now on the daily. So I already have some boiled up. This is not hard to cut though. You literally just cut on the outside and cut the innards out. It's not that hard at all. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. So this is another thing that's just gonna make the prep for you a lot quicker during the holidays, is actually having stuff prepped up as much as you can. If there's any pre-prep you can do of any of your fruits or veggies, get that done as soon as you get home from the grocery store. I just did that yesterday with asparagus and peppers, got them all cut up, the fruit, got it all washed. It's just gonna make your life so much quicker. So I'm gonna do a combo of rutabaga. I'm just gonna throw all the veggies on right now, and then I'll show you how I season it up after. The other addition that we're gonna add to our sheet pan meal is gonna be delicata squash. Now I already cut this up because I cooked some previously, so this is already ready to go for me, which makes this prep so much quicker. You can buy delicata squash already cut up, but honestly, it's real easy to cut up, so don't be scared. Just cut it in half. You pull out all the seeds just like you would with any other squash. Real quick and easy. I like to cut it up in these little rings, and this makes an excellent side. So for me, I like using squash because I find it cooks a lot quicker than something like a sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are so dense, and while they're delicious, I feel they just take forever to cook. And I don't wanna wait long because we don't have a lot of time. We're busy, we are trying to get ready for the holidays and for shopping and doing everything for everyone else, right? So this is where you need to find ways to create that time in your schedule to still get in your healthy meals. My squash and my rutabaga is gonna be my starchy side, if you will. And then for vegetables, I am gonna do some organic broccoli florets. And I really just like the floret of the broccoli, so I'm probably gonna cut a lot of the stem off. And then I'm gonna do some purple onion with it too. In terms of mindful eating and thinking about what you're eating and why and what it's doing for you, something that I've had to be way more mindful of is being strategic about incorporating green vegetables into my diet, green leafy vegetables. I actually really do love green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale and broccoli. I'm not always good about incorporating them, you know? So I've been trying to be better about that, particularly because I do have higher estrogen levels. I'm a bit estrogen dominant. And so one thing that we can do naturally to decrease those estrogen levels is to increase the amount of greens in our diet, specifically things like spinach and kale. So eating items like broccoli, your leafy greens can help to naturally detox some of those estrogens, some of the hormones by going to the bathroom. So we're gonna try to be better about eating our greens this month. I personally like my broccoli really roasted in the oven, so I'm gonna be keeping it in there the whole time. But if you don't like yours a little more roasted and crispy, you can definitely pull this out of the oven a little bit quicker. Now we're gonna do some onion. I just like purple onion for everything. Very low calorie way to add flavor to the food that you eat. If you're someone that does need to watch your sodium, or maybe you just don't know how to flavor your food well, honestly, start with things like onion. And I've got some chopped garlic here I'm gonna add to it too. There's so much you can do with flavors before you add salt to it. I am gonna salt this meal though. So I'm just gonna sprinkle the onions throughout all my veggies and my squash and my rutabagas. I'm gonna add just a little blockade here. I probably could have done that when I first put the meatloafs down, but I'm just gonna do that because I don't want my meat juices dripping into my vegetables. Now to flavor this all up, I am gonna use some organic extra virgin olive oil. Probably do at least 1 full tablespoon, and I'm gonna drizzle that all over our veggie columns. Now I wanna point out, I myself for a lot of years didn't use olive oil. I would just use spray instead of the olive oil, and honestly, it is a game changer using actual olive oil. I'm gonna do 1 more, just like a half. I'm gonna use a half because I definitely want a little bit more on my broccoli. It cooks so much better with olive oil on there. So the reason why I'm telling you to use olive oil, the addition of the olive oil just really brings out all the flavors, plus making sure you have enough fat in your diet is gonna go a long ways to make sure that you feel satisfied, have enough energy. Fat gives us the most energy compared to either carbs or protein, so you're gonna get a lot of energy from fat. So make sure you're consuming enough of it, number 1. Number 2, make sure that you're also getting a variety of different sources. Don't have all your fat come from peanut butter. It will not have the same effect in terms of the energy it provides you and how you feel at the end of the day. Now, before I massage this all in, I am gonna add a little bit of minced garlic. If you don't like garlic, then don't add it, but I'm gonna add a little bit of that, and lastly, a little bit of garlic sea salt. Just gonna go down each row, and next I'm just going to massage it all in together. Get everything coated with the garlic, the oil, salt and pepper. And then I'm gonna make sure I lay it all flat too, just so it cooks evenly. A tablespoon and a half of oil really does go a long way. Just give yourself a couple minutes, take your time and really massage it into everything. It goes in the oven. Last step, you could do this with either ketchup or barbecue sauce or both. Honestly, either would be good. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit on top, and then I'm just gonna rub it around. It just cooks on there very well so that when you take each bite, you kind of get that barbecue-y taste. So that's it. This baby's going in the oven, 400 degrees, 25 minutes. 25 minutes, you've got a delicious, full balanced meal and leftovers for whenever you want them. The beauty about this cooking in only 25 minutes, I was able to make use of my time, which is so essential this holiday season. I got the kitchen cleaned up, so now I can just enjoy this delicious meal and go about my business. I did add a little more ketchup on top of the meatloaf just because I love ketchup. So let's take a taste test of the meatloaf. Not gonna lie, I've already been snacking on all the veggies. That is so good. I love me a mini meatloaf. So delicious. The broccoli, if you don't want it cooked, this cooked, I do like it where it gets pretty toasty. So I'm talking with food in my mouth. Then you can just pull it out a little bit quicker, but otherwise 25 minutes pretty much did the trick for everything. Got rutabaga. Rutabaga, I feel like, I don't know how to describe the flavor of it. You just need to try it. And then delicata squash, oh my God. I think it's real soft and there's a little sweetness there. So you got a little sweetness, nuttiness, such a perfect flavor combination. Such an easy meal to make during this busy holiday season with loads of health benefits. Give this recipe a try, friends. Do not forget to subscribe. I am here every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday throughout the month of December for Forever Fitmas. I will see you in the next one.
Peace.
Yeah. You want to give your honest opinion? See it on the mic?
Holy crap, it was wicked good.
Remember the little muscle meatloafs, I called them, I used to make? In the little,
Yeah, I used to love those.
Right, yeah. Pretty much the same, except I formed it into a little mini meatloaf.
And just so y'all know, a little behind the scenes, this guy effed everything up, so we have to reshoot this whole entire video. So, it's not pitch dark out, but when you're doing the recipe, you're gonna notice it's pitch dark out.
That's true, I forgot about that.